Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for tuning in with Thiru. I wanted to share with you today an overview of the governor's order from earlier. As most of you have heard by now, this is not a shelter-in-place order, although everyone is encouraged to remain indoors in their homes to maintain social distance, to work from home wherever possible, and to encourage your neighbors and loved ones to do the same. The main directive from Hogan's order is that non-essential businesses have to close at 5 p.m. today. I thought it would be helpful to spell out what's supposed to remain open and what is expected to be closed. The governor's actually organized businesses that are exempt from the executive order into a list of 15 separate sectors. Now, some of these, like the chemical and energy sector, don't affect most citizens, so I'm actually going to skip over those, although I encourage you to take a look at the full order. It's just a couple of pages long, but it provides a comprehensive list of what is exempt from his order, and we'll make sure that's available in the feed. Here is what remains open. In the commercial facilities sector, building and property maintenance companies, that means plumbers, electricians, landscapers, and exterminators, janitorial firms, your big box home improvement stores like Home Depot, your plumbing and electrical distributors, your HVAC companies, they're all going to remain open. Same with laundromats and laundry services, your self-storage facilities, your commercial and residential construction companies, those will all remain open. Casinos and racetracks, along with the hotels and restaurants and bars pursuant to earlier orders, will be closed. It's no surprise that within the communications sector, broadcast companies are going to obviously remain open. That's TV, telephone providers, your internet companies, they're all going to be fully open and exempt from the order. When it comes to the critical manufacturing sector, you all should be aware that the companies that are producing our medical equipment, the personal protective equipment, our cleaning and sanitation supplies, they're all going to be very much open. Frankly, these are among the people, along with our healthcare workers and our first responders, who are working harder than ever. Emergency services are exempt from the executive order. Same with banks and credit unions, payroll and insurance companies, securities and investment firms, gas and electric companies, they're all exempt as well. In the context of food, the governor's order does not apply to grocery stores, to convenience stores, or farmers markets. It doesn't apply to liquor stores, distilleries, or wineries, farms and pet stores, veterinary hospitals, clinics, kennels, they're all exempt. Of course, consistent with the earlier order, restaurants and bars are required to remain closed except for carry-out and delivery. In the context of the government, law firms, bail bondsmen, court reporters will all remain open and are not subject to the governor's order. In the healthcare space, it should come as no surprise that hospitals and healthcare providers, diagnostic facilities, billing companies, along with medical cannabis dispensaries, home healthcare companies, as well as senior living facilities will all remain open and are not governed by the executive order. In the context of transportation, airports, train stations, and ports are all going to remain open for the time being. Package delivery companies, courier and mail services will remain open. Same with your car supply and car repair shops. You should all be aware that whether or not the business is open, door-to-door solicitation has been deemed by the governor's order to violate the social distancing guidelines and should be discontinued. I want to tell you that the governor's order tries to strike a balance between making sure that essential services remain open and accessible to the public, and on the other hand, reducing the risk of exposing one another to this very deadly virus that we're expected to take very seriously. All we can ask you to do is to heed these warnings, not just seriously by the letter of the law, but in the spirit they are intended. People are getting sick. People are dying. Our ICUs are already busy with the work that we're doing here, and people should be aware that lots of things that are essential, even childcare facilities, are allowed to be open, but lots of things that have been deemed by the governor's order to be non-essential have to be closed under the governor's order. This is not a request, this is a directive. And I think the governor has made it clear how serious our state is taking this, and it's not meant to do anything except ensure the well-being of our friends and neighbors, vulnerable populations, including our parents and grandparents, and people with underlying medical conditions. We thought it was helpful just to spend a few minutes today doing nothing more than walking through this. Again, the comprehensive order is provided on the internet, and we'll include a link to it on this Facebook Live feed. I hope all of you find this helpful. I encourage you to adhere not only to the strict guidelines issued by the orders, but also by common sense. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, prioritize what matters. This is a time for reflection and keeping things in perspective. I wish you all good health, good luck, and be strong. I know that our city is stronger in crisis than ever before, and I'm excited to make sure that we hold up that mantle of resilience for the nation to watch. Good luck to everyone. I'll talk with all of you soon.